The moon is almost full and is in Capricorn today until later in the day when it goes into Aquarius. That is around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, July 28th. So almost the full moon, and this full moon in Aquarius is felt. It is a very interesting and intense alignment of planets. So it's not an eclipse, but it has a lot of that potency that eclipses can have just because of how close to exact these many geometric alignments between the planets are. So we have, of course, the sextiles, 60-degree sextiles between outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. 4 planets all in sextiles with each other. Well, sextiles, trines, opposition, so anyway, lots of activation, but not only is that Barbo's basket or cradle formation that we're calling it, that we can see in the geometry, the fascinating geometry, which I did last week, some screen shares. So if you want to see more about what this outer planet configuration looks like, go back to my videos from July 20th and 21st, around there. I did some screen shares. But what's happening with this full moon is that the sun and moon are coming into alignment with 2 points of this basket. So the sun is joining Jupiter, that end of Jupiter in Leo, one end of the basket. The other end is the moon joining Pluto in Aquarius. And so this full moon is at 6 degrees, Aquarius, Leo. Well, the sun's in Leo, the moon's in Aquarius. And, but activating these outer planets and this whole outer planet configuration. But that is not all. The other thing that's happening is right now, today, Mars and Venus are coming into their exact square. It's not all that rare because Venus goes around the zodiac once a year and Mars goes around the zodiac every 2 years. So they come into these square alignments periodically. But this is a unique in that it's happening right at the full moon. Just a few hours before the exact full moon is the exact square between Venus and Mars. But not only that, both Venus and Mars are in what we call a semi-square to Jupiter and the Sun, which is just another way that all these planets are aligning to kind of open this portal, open this doorway that allows for shift to occur. So whenever we have the energy of shift, it is time to be clear about what you want to see change. And the thing always that facilitates positive change in your life is to get your own mind, your own habits, patterns, feelings, and beliefs outside of the thinking and grooves and habits of the past. Because if you can't get outside of how you used to see things, it's hard for that change to happen. And even if the change does happen, it's hard for you to see what's changed because you're repeating to yourself, oh, this is the way it is. This is what's happening. This, I don't, it, like if it's something about yourself, it's like, this is the way I am, or this is how, this situation is, or that how it always goes, or, just like it's that habitual thinking that causes us, in a sense, or creates the conditions where we can easily repeat the thinking of the past and therefore not see where new possibilities, new opportunities lie that we might want instead because we're fixated on what we think we can't have or how we think things have to be. So hopefully that makes sense. But this full moon is one of those moments, one of those opportunities with all of these geometric alignments taking place that says shift really can happen, but you have to be willing to open your heart and mind, ask for what you really want. And when we ask for what we want, you want to be clear about the why, the deeper reasons for what you want, so what are the feelings you want to have? Is it joy? Is it freedom? Is it spaciousness? Is it safety? Is it love? So those deeper feelings are the things we really want, but we find ourselves asking for the things we think we want, whether it's money or objects or possessions or that particular love interest or whatever, right? Maybe, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have a love interest. I'm just saying that it's also helpful and healthy to look at yourself and what you see as possible for yourself, how you see yourself as lovable, worthy, those kinds of things. All of that is where we want to focus our energy, is on our own beliefs about ourselves, what we deserve, what we're capable of having, what we're capable of doing and creating in our lives. So this full moon that we're heading into tomorrow is an opportunity to open these doors and have this shift. And we want to be really clear with ourselves, and as we put out our intentions out to the universe, why we want those and what's important about it, what's meaningful, and on that deeper soul and spiritual level. For more about the Aquarius full moon, I recommend my podcast. So the latest episode, episode 8, is all about the July 29th Aquarius full moon. So go check that out if you haven't yet, and maybe put it on repeat if you need to hear some of these themes again to anchor yourself and keep yourself going in the direction that's true and right for you. Sometimes with these videos or with the podcast, you listen again and you hear something different, or you hear it in a way that you didn't hear it before. It's just kind of what we're ready to take in. So there's always more. And that, by the way, is true about astrology readings as well. If you book a session with me, you get not only time one-on-one with me over Zoom, but we also have that recording of the session that you can go back and listen to. And many people have told me how not only important and meaningful it is to them to have that recording, but also how many times they hear something in the recording that they couldn't hear during the session because they were thinking about something else, or there were just so many new insights coming through that they couldn't process them all at the same time, which is a real thing. So having that recording means you can go back and get those other insights, the things you missed the first time around, or maybe you're ready to deepen into it or understand it from a different angle because you've changed, or you've figured some things out that help you be a little bit more permeable in your readiness to hear things. So sessions are available at astrologyheals.com, and right now through the end of July, you can still book and get the old rate of $185 per session. And then in August, my rates are increasing to $225. So this is a great time, and you do not have to have your session before the end of July. You just have to book it. You can schedule it for August or whatever is available on my calendar. And as long as you book it before the end of July, you'll get those the current rates. So thank you so much for joining me today and for following and subscribing to this YouTube channel as well as my podcast, Astrology Heals. You can get all of the up-to-date new information from me at transformationalastrology.com. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.